People make mistakes all the time. And if you're going to love, you have to love the person for their flaws, because we're all flawed and people are going to make mistakes. You got to go into a relationship knowing the person's going to let you down. But when you're talking about loving unconditionally, you got to love that part. You have to love the mistakes. Now, deal breaker, different story. That's not even up for discussion. Once we lay down a law and you break it, goodbye.
You 103 years old?
Yeah.
And you 100. They've been married 82 years. So now, Miss Willie, you said that the secret to a happy marriage is being nice to each other.
Yeah.
Any other advice you have?
Just sit down and talk things over.
Talk things over.
Oh, yeah, and get a good understanding of what you're doing and where you're going.
That's what I want to find. True love. The kind that you fight for. That you always put first. That makes you want to be good, do better. And not just with any girl, but the girl. And when I find that, that's all I need.
How do I find the right person when I'm dating? What's wrong with that question? How do I conduct myself so that I am the best possible partner? And if you're really good at bringing something to the table for someone else, hey man, people might be lining up to be your partner. And if they're not, then you might think, well, maybe I'm just not bringing the right thing to the table. And that's worth thinking, especially if you're desperate, you're lost and you're alone. It's like, maybe I got this wrong.
I think you do love me. Or you could love me, but you're just too stubborn and scared to admit it because the last time you really gave your heart to someone, it got broken. And I get that. I've been there. But somewhere along the line, you gave up on the idea that you deserve to feel this way again.
If the man goes from texting you all the time, taking you out consistently, calling you, but suddenly he's now too busy, right? He doesn't call you, he doesn't text you as much, he doesn't take you out as much. His feelings have changed. Nobody is too busy to call or to see someone.
Nobody.
Ever, right? If they like you, they will find a way to be with you. They say a man that wants to be with you will move mountains to be with you.
Okay, ladies, I'm gonna let you in on a male secret. Something you've never heard before. A man knows in 6 months if you're the one. We're not gonna tell you this, but we know in 6 months is you the one. If you have to offer what we want. In 6 months, we know. And then we ain't going nowhere.
Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
I tell women this all the time. All men can change, and all men will change. But there's only one woman that we're going to change for. It's just one. We don't change for all women. We only change for one woman. If he ain't changing, it's because you ain't the one.
How do I find the right person when I'm dating? What's wrong with that question? How do I conduct myself so that I am the best possible partner? And if you're really good at bringing something to the table for someone else, hey man, people might be lining up to be your partner. And if they're not, then you might think, well, maybe I'm just not bringing the right thing to the table. And that's worth thinking, especially if you're desperate, you're lost and you're alone. It's like, maybe I got this wrong.
My observation clinically has been for a couple to maintain their relationship without it deteriorating, they have to spend 90 minutes a week together talking about their lives, about how the house is run, about what they've all been doing to keep their stories caught up, right? And then they need to spend at least one time having a date, and 2 is better. 1 is necessary, 2 is better. You can't aim for a lot more than that because, life is very busy, and if it's going to be sustainable, it has to be realistic. But they need to make time for each other twice a week and talk in a non-romantic way, just practically about the domestic economy and about everything that's going on. And that keeps people tied to each other and updated. And so that's sort of your minimal commitment level if you don't want things to deteriorate.
Do you believe if once a cheater, always a cheater, Steve? It sounds like you don't.
No.
Okay. How come?
Because men grow up and men change.
Thank you.
Men do grow up and men change. What happens is you can make mistakes and grow from it and learn from it. But then every time a man cheats doesn't mean you have to give him another chance either. All men can change, but there is only one woman we will change for.
How can I get a guy to actually call and have a conversation instead of always texting all the time?
When they text, don't respond. Act like you ain't get it. They're gonna text again, act like you ain't gonna get it. You're gonna get a phone call. Hey, excuse me, are you getting my text? Yeah, got all of them. I don't text. I talk to people. You can train a man how to treat you. I try to teach this woman, a man is trainable. If we want you, you can train us how you want us to be, how you want us to treat you. So when you meet the guy, just go, I tell you something, I really, really love men who communicate, who put the time in to call and ask me how my day is going and want to know more about me. Guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna call to communicate. You won't get a single text, but if you respond to the text, they're gonna keep texting.
Just as there's love languages, I believe that there are fight languages. And what I mean by that is there are fight responses or languages that you naturally have. So for example, my wife's fight language is she likes to be quiet, reflect and think and not talk about things until she processes. My fight language is totally the opposite. I want to figure it out right now. I want to open up, I want to extrapolate, I want to break it down. Guess what? In the beginning of our relationship, that really didn't work. Because she was quiet and I was like, why are you quiet? Why are you not telling me what's going on? Have I done something wrong? And I'd be forcing her to share it, and then she would share prematurely and feel like she said something she didn't mean now, and now I'm upset at what I forced her to share with me. And so we really had to learn each other's fight languages, and I've learned that her fight language is better than mine. And so now the approach is she needs space, I need space, and we come back together and discuss it when we're both ready. And it sounds basic, but so many relationship issues occur because people's fight languages don't match.
So it's not gonna be easy, it's gonna be really hard. And we're gonna have to work at this every day, but I wanna do that because I want you. I want all of you forever, you and me, every day.